Bang, and 3 people are moving up a tight choke point, but Freakazoid is going to be the one to take it in the face. You see they're jumping to try and avoid getting a headshot. If you've got Kevlar and jumping around, it's going to be really hard to find that kill if you're the person trying to shoot the jumping player. This is not going so well for Swole Patrol. They've barely done any damage. Only KNG has taken any hits. Cello, Phelps and FNX are on the cusp of getting cheap helmets in the next round. Unless they can be touched, Cello will be.
Yeah, I'm not sure about... Ooh, okay, Silent making a case. Oh, the pistols from Silent. Really strong so far, looking for the ace. And the rounds, of course, as well. He does have a kit too. He's found himself a smoke grenade. His teammate's calling that out on comms, no doubt. And he's going to be able to drop the smoke here to create... Oh, there was not a smoke, my bad. Oh, so, kind of anticlimactic in the end there. Very good effort from Silent, showing his pistol powers. But unfortunately, he's against a team of 5 players who are very well versed on train. I would have to say that, you know, I can't speak to Bid as much, but, you know, FNX, Phelps, Charlie King, KNG, like all these players, we have both seen them play on lineups at the very top flight of CS have been incredible train teams. You know, Mortals, SK, Luminosity as well had, you know, with Cello, they had quite an affinity for it. So it's definitely going to be tough. Cello,
wow,
he's waiting for the push. So was Bit, but they all fall. What is happening?
What was that spray if he doesn't even get the first kill there?
Indeed.
That's very curious.
The gun is faulty, James. You got to check those. You got to have a good service on that gun. Make sure there's no jams.
Dear oh dear. FNX now has deployed a grenade, and as soon as he throws that grenade, that allows the CTs who are anywhere else to reposition accordingly, and they will do that. That's of course, well, actually, that's if they know where the bomb is, but I don't think they can see it on a radar, so that did make what I said a bit misleading, but there we go. 1 minute mark, and he might assume that main has been pushed and the bomb has been spotted, so he can try to flank these players, but in fact, they have not seen the bomb at all. They have no idea where the bomb is, which also compromises FNX's idea of where the CTs might be. If they knew where the bomb was, he could try and flank them in this position, but in fact, he is sandwiched between 2 players. And this is going to be really difficult for him now.
Yeah. It's kind of strange, isn't it? That, I mean, there's no effort that he can do here. I mean, he needs to get onto that bomb. And it's taking quite a while to do so. He's really got to speed things up. There's another frag for him. Lil Man has a helmet, and I don't know if there's going to even really be enough time to mess around here. He's going to have to plant straight away, and that does not bode too well. Just got to go for it. Oh wow, is he actually going to get a plant here? He will. This is pretty incredible. There shouldn't be a world where he can get a frag, but he's done enough. I mean, he did a lot of damage. Obviously, they should never have... The round should never have come to this point. But as far as a salvage operation goes, that was a pretty good effort.
Yeah, that was super weird. If they knew where the bomb was, probably would have been harder for him to do that much damage. So it did get a bit random over on the B-bomb site with the bomb in main. But here we are. Swole Patrol win the second round, an unlikely round. But it did escalate pretty quickly. NTC will force back. 2 AKs are out, 2 CZs, and Bit on the Deagle, no armor. So he's got 3,000, so I'm guessing he dropped an AK for somebody and they dropped him a Deagle back. And he bought the smoke grenade as well. So what can they do with this? How do they... Okay, 3 players towards the RV position is how they will start. Double peek. Phelps is going to be tagged. Freakazoid's got a P90. Nice and early. Silent blocking the smoke grenades advance, so there's a gap for him to try and abuse. And there's Freakazoid close range, but the timing might not work out for him. Oh dear. At least there's a response from Lil Man. Nah, Silent's falling back as another smoke comes in on Ivan.
Pretty tight defense so far from Swole Patrol. There's no way in. You can't get in those trains and drive them away. When are you going to learn to drive a train, James? Operate a train?
That's a good question, actually. I don't know how long it takes to learn that. You'd be surprised. The London Underground, the guys are pretty well paid.
I mean, I don't mean like an underground train, though. I'm talking proper trains, man. Big trains.
Like a freight train.
Yeah. Or a steam train. Steam engine. Let's go. Go old school, James. Kick it old school. Get the
coal out.
train. Bits are making a go of this. He's got no Kevlar, of course. But he has incurred quite a lot of damage. It was... I mean, Swole Patrol could... They're in a great position to have no damage done to them, but they've lost 3 players in total. So, pretty decent result overall, but they will begin to stabilize things now.
Yes, how curious. Will be again. This is. I think this is the journey for both of us with both these teams, really, because I've not seen so much of this iteration of NTC and Swole Patrol. I don't think I've commentated one of their matches before this point, so lots of learning to be done. But this is a pistol round for NTC. Around the pop dog.
Yes, exactly what you want to see when you have an MP9 in hand. A bunch of dudes with Glocks in front of you. Though again, it didn't go quite as well as they wanted. Losing a lot of 2 players so far. Need to really keep it to that amount. This is supposed to be around where they build money. Two players on B here for Swole Patrol, as they have Freakazoid able to deal with any sort of flanking or rotations coming in from NTC. Are they going to go all the way around? Well, the Freakazoid's going to be in a position to hear them, though. So it's all worked out. Really good positioning from Swole Patrol. Good calls. What does Kenji do? No way to survive if he crosses that angle against Freakazoid. So he's going to make some noise and back off. He's going to draw this out as long as he can. Try to catch out a CT.
Down the pop. Down the pop. Freakazoid crouches just at the right time, avoids the bullets. Bullets! And gets himself his second kill of the round. 3-1, and the rifles are coming out for NTC. They will long for the AWPs. Cooper has one. Maybe they can pick his up should they be successful.
Words.
But he has other ideas, I'm sure. Where is he headed with it? Towards connector for the time being. Will he hold a fast angle to main? A fast boost? That Molotov probably wasn't supposed to bounce off that angle. If that was off the brown, hard to tell from our position. Cello moving into the pop dog position. Silent in for a nasty surprise. On a fact-finding mission, reconnaissance with his MP9. Lil Man's been picked off towards Ivy as well. Those are huge problems for the CTs. I don't know if Freakazoid was spotted in this position. Doesn't seem like he was, and he gets a free kill on Cello.
Yeah, there's lots of time left in the round. Swole Patrol still have the AWP on Cooper. Phoenix binding his time towards Ali. He can spring out when his teammates make some noise. It will create a lot of space and create that perfect window for opportunity, that blind spot. The CT is now down to 3. So there's so many places they can look. So there's lots of gaps and openings around the map now. Celsius, he is really going to be able to make a really good effort here. 2 frags, not quite. That would really have been such an enormous difference if he was able to get the second one. But now it's a man at disadvantage here, as we'll see. I got a 2 versus 2 as Cooper picks up a kill onto FNX. Time starts to be a bit of an issue. Does encourage a bomb plant bit on that duty.
Problem is they've got no one covering Ivy. Cooper is in that position, and Freakazoid is even closer at the stop sign. And Cooper may have seen him. Now he's got to be very careful. Oh, Phelps gave him a haircut. Planting for back trains. Cooper's making his way. This is really awkward for the CT. He may have just seen Phelps. He might even see his feet.
Oh, he's past a lovely little blind spot there. And there's, oh my God. No, switching positions.
That is unreal.
That is just the stuff of nightmares, isn't it? Wow. and they'll never know until they watch the demo at least. Might just be too late now. Indeed, desperation sets in for Cooper, and oh, he'll never know how close he was.
That's bananas. Man like Cooper, he looks like a nice guy. He looks like a jolly good chap. That's really unfortunate for him, but it's great for NTC. Bad for you, good for me. Alrighty then. Let's see what these two teams have to offer. Swole Patrol with plenty of shortcomings in this round. A Scout, an MP9. Although I am quite fond of an MP9. A CZ. MP9 is a very capable weapon, but you need to get into those close quarters, and depending on how aggressive you are, you need options to retreat to stay alive. I don't think one kill is good enough if you're in an MP9 position. Right then, NTC starting slow in round number 6, making their presence known towards the B bomb site, and then slowly walking away back to A. You can see this is really slow because they don't want to give the sound cues that they're going, because then the CTs could position accordingly. So Swole Patrol will have 2 players deep in B, and Freakazoid is coming here as well, trying to concentrate their efforts because of the limitations they have. And again, this is partly what you sometimes get for merely showing presence above B.
Silent's searching. He's searching. All he's getting is grenades in the face.
In the face.
Doesn't taste good. Doesn't feel good. Now the move is made by the Brazilians. Another flashbang to further push Silence away. They don't know that he's there just yet, although they could hazard a guess. Cooper needs to look the right way. Nice shot straight in the face. Bit dropped very quickly there. And the bomb is dropped as well. More players coming in. Nice flash as well. Cooper, another chance for a flick, but it's going to be a whiff now as Lil Man's on top of the train now as he bears down upon the bomber. And after a flurry of kills, it's going to go to Swole Patrol. 3 players left alive in the madness. It's so hard to know what's happening when all the kills are being exchanged so quickly.
That was a very quick burst, quick exchange indeed. I thought they were done for when Cooper missed that shot. That was glorious, but it's so nice when you just shoot someone in the face. Close range.
Feels good.
Little man looks a bit nervous there. Afraid of overextending, but he underextended, if that's even a thing. We can make it a thing. It's a thing now. You can see discussion in the back, talking about what's needed to take it over the line to make the difference here. You know who you are. You know what you're capable of. Impose your will on the Swole Patrol.
Shouldn't they all be wearing tank tops, James? Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
There'll be time for that, I suppose. Well, maybe.
I mean...
I say there will. Depends on how they play.
They're going to be Swole Patrol. And you turn up with no jerseys. Get the tank tops out, at the very least.
If they make it to the major, tank tops must... I would make it so they only had tank tops. That was the jersey.
Just a really... Doesn't that say just one really long...
Literal tank tops. Optional string vest.
Okay, well...
Limited edition.
Oh, the double peak, the timing of that was phenomenal. Work the treat, and wow. Cello picks Celsus out the air, and that's a wrap. That's a wrap.
That was weird. He kind of didn't commit upper, but then they're probably going to push lower with that pick. And then you're kind of exposed to multiple targets, so he was in a awkward position. He may just want to, I don't know. That's a rough spot. But this is not what Swole Patrol wanted, needed. But it is what they will receive, because again, NTC had that talk. Impose your will. And that's exactly what they've done. Wipeouts! Nothing left at Swole Patrol. So let's see what NTC have to play with in this round, how they will approach it. Will it be another slow round with presence upper B? CC Zealous goes in. Okay. He just doesn't have time. It's wishful thinking to get the Molotov down after running at the same speed as the other guys. There we go. Sometimes things do not go your way. So there was a spawn-based pick attempt. I presume Swole Patrol did not expect to be against an AWP in this round, so they'll go for what's normally an unfavorable duel, because the CTs always get to connect to first. So if both teams want to take that duel, the CTs should win it every time, technically speaking. And it's nice to see those normally unfavorable peaks being taken, like on Inferno as well. Attention to detail here from NTC. Throw a Molotov through the smoke in the corner and spray as a CT who might be there will try to escape. Very good stuff.
He does it. One more to go for NTC. Not too much to be done there for Zelsis though. Maybe he can collect a gun, that's about it though. Yeah, he's got quite a fair amount to save here. Don't know that there's any interest for NTC to go and hunt him, honestly. I would not advise that with how poor their money is. Just give up the AK. That's okay. It's kind of hard to see which way this one's going. I think Swole Patrol have been doing a fairly good job defending some of the pushes. And NTC have been keeping things pretty basic as well in how they attack the bomb sites. I think the most telling thing really is going to be Swole Patrol's T side. That's what I'm looking to see the most, because it requires a lot of coordination, and I think, for a team like NTC, they haven't been together in this iteration for, a significant time. Playing a complex T side is not really favorable, so you're going to be playing the basics. And I think that CT side should be quite strong. AK held onto by Zelsis. Couple pistols purchased to fortify that, and we'll see if they can get something going. NTC look like they may be headed for that outside play after a pick.
Many angles you can face from this position. KNG though is standing on the pallet, which allows him to see players up top. But it does expose you to aggressive peeks from the stop sign or camera position, if you will. That leaves Lil Man alone on the A site. He has an AK, but surely he should try and save something here. Or does he go for it? They can all buy together in the next round regardless, but indeed he will try to hold on to it. I don't know where the AK was, the AWP was. But if Nex has a nice angle... Ooh, the headshot with the USP. Imagine if he kept his AK out. 5-4 in favor of NTC. Now, it looks like there won't be a sniper rifle in this CT round, and they're so important on train for both sides, but especially overwhelmingly for the CT side. And the fact that you've got a very keen sniper team in NTC with them on the T side might be a problem. It might compromise the approach of Swole Patrol in this round. Phelps is out onto A early.
He's looking, see what he can find in that smoke. It's a really annoying smoke to deal with as a CTs, because this can happen. It can allow the cover for a T to make a push, and you've got to be looking for it. And even though Lil Man was, the frag happens. Oh, that's almost a second for Phelps as well. Solid defense, but he will be smoked away. Cello, the man pressuring Ali. As we can see, the rotation is affected for Swole Patrol. They tighten up on the bomb site. Only one on the V-bomb site, the Celsius at the moment. And that's where the remainder of NTC will make their final attack. If they can take down Celsius with no issue, they've got a round on their hands. But otherwise, I don't think I fancy their chances.
See the information game. Cello knows that one person is on the flank, but he's trying to kill a second player and then pull rotation back into the A site. The Silent picks him off. There's the bomb spotted. Look at the transfer there from Zelsis. Really marvelous stuff. That was a round of millimeters, and they went the way of Swole Patrol on this occasion.
I think Bit actually saw Zelsis when he pushed forwards. I think he just didn't register it as well, which is a shame, because I don't think Zelsis was actually looking up high at that point.
Silent doing a lot around Ivy in that round. 11 for 7. It's been important so far. The man just walking backwards, doesn't want to reveal that he is in there. They're suggesting that nobody's there with the smoke, but NTC know better. They know that smoke cannot be trusted. It is not your friend. It is thy enemy.
Looks like they may be interested in just trying to walk B here. This would be quite cool. If that was the case, they are checking it. That said, limited presence anywhere else on the map, but no interest for Swole Patrol to really test this either. They are going to be moving 2 players towards the B bomb site, and that is a timely response from Swole Patrol because here comes the push. Oh, Freakazoid, good defense there. Can't survive against FNX though on the trade, and Zelsis just holding on to oil at the moment. Doing a good job just holding the line.
Ooh, Phelps, what a great position. Does he take out Cooper immediately? He wants 2 frags. He could even get 3. There's 1, there's 2. Zelsis trying to reposition. He's in the red though. And now he's dead. Outstanding stuff by Phelps. Fully expected him to go for 2 frags, but then 3 presented themselves, and that is crushing for Swole Patrol. The importance of trigger discipline.
Patience. Patience pays
Dividends.
Doesn't begin with P though, does it? I was looking for the alliteration, but
Pogs.
pays and pogs. Nice. Patience pays and pogs. Now it's down to the USPs here for Swole Patrol.
Is the flick there? It is.
Goodbye.
Of course it is. Man like Vito. The V is for Vito. One would assume, presume. KNG will consume. He eats his enemies. Oh dear. That's the bomb. And there are 3 people coming his way, and he's likely going to lose an AWP, but Phelps, cavalry, and now he's got more support coming in from his 6. This might just work out for the T side. Little man, though, he's got to make a play. He's got 1v1s to take. Ooh, don't know about that one. Oh, really? Phelps has got to be so far away.
Oh my god.
In the jaw. In the jaw, son.
He's never...
Where your teeth at?
He's never winning that final engagement, but for him to get that far is a little bit scary. All as you say, because the bomb is in that position.
That was awkward.
Yeah.
Once he knows the player is in the stairs position, he doesn't even necessarily need to take fights there. He could just fall back to the side and reset them all over again. Be absolutely anywhere with the AWP. Not to say that what he did is wrong, absolutely not, but there are different ways it could play out. It's like a choose your own adventure. Wow. Phelps, though, he's deciding what pages we will turn as far as Cooper's concerned.
Yeah, that's a cheeky one, wasn't it? Cooper jumped across, saw Phelps with the orb, and then try to just peek in there anyways. Very cheeky indeed. Punished in the most supreme of ways. Little man pushing forwards. The outside setup looks pretty good still for Swole Patrol. It's B that suffered now because they're lighter player and they rotated 1 towards A. Keep A fortified. Play retake on B if necessary. So that's where NTC could decide to try to finish this round on B if they wanted. See there what Phelps can find. This is important. Big aggression there into team main from Swole Patrol is going to work out very favorably, and that's exactly what they needed before the push comes in.
Raw peaks. But Lil Man's been picked off in the pop dog while they try to offer effect towards the B bomb site. It will be a late rotation from Zelsis, and it will be all too late in this 1 versus 4 situation. Cello distributing pain, anguish, delivering tissues for tears, as was FNX as well with 2 kills in that round. NTC moved towards 8.
What a great call to switch back to the A-bomb site and really catch them sort of in mid-rotation. I mean, that's the classic train thing, of course, but you have to know good timings for it, and that was a great timing. And NTC will be moving towards 8 rounds, and I doubt they'll slow down all too much. I was surprised Swole Patrol did so well in some of the rounds in which they did, defending some of the outer pushes, the fast-paced ones.
Boom. There it is. Well, this is interesting. Is it fair to say that 10-5 is looking likely for NTC? Swole Patrol are not in a position to buy in this round. So perhaps it is. And I think that would be a comfortable scoreline for NTC in the first game of this best of 3. Again, finishing on Dust 2 could be very interesting, should we go that far. But for now,
nice.
NTC look comfortable on train.
I miss Dust 2. Well, I'd still prefer the old Dust 2, but I missed it. Look at this little expedition. The intrepid explorers.
If you know how long it takes to learn to drive some crappy train, let me know. So I will consider doing it. There are very few things that I'm not up for doing. Just saying. Ooh, Zelsys, that could be a big gun. The bomb isn't quite in a position to get planted. There isn't time pressure, but now there are pressure of different kinds. And again, really fast plant. They know they need to get into a post-plant position. The Molotov in pop to try and stop anything from happening. The flashbang is there from Zelsys. Not quite with the style of a Rops one, which he bounces off the wall through the window. Ooh, okay. I don't know why he's done that.
Why?
I mean, I guess
How's he done this?
I guess they don't know where the T's are, and he thinks if somebody is holding an AWP, he can jump past the angle. But the alternative, someone's close, shoots you for free. So there it is. 9 rounds for NTC.
Yep, looking really good for them at the moment. After a pretty even start, things are starting to shape up. And I was favor them absolutely on the CT side. I really think that should go very well for NTC when they get there. But here's the last round of the first half. We've got the double offside for Swole Patrol, brandished by the likes of Silent and Cooper. It's a question of how NTC decided to open up the round, and they've decided to go 2-1-2. So they have pressure everywhere on the map, which is a great way to do it. Force out grenades, try to get picks. Ooh, the trade not had. Oh, the walk. You gotta love this. Very brave, knowing that there's a bunch of warps out there. Very brave to walk up high, unpunished, and they get the pick as well.
You may know something about the defenses of Swole Patrol. No plants Reno. Ooh, that was a huge frag. They took a gamble, NTC. They've taken the B bomb site, expecting a rotation. They make the play towards A with Phelps in Pop Dog with the bomb. That's a must-win duel. But in the meantime, Lil Man has wiped out the A site, which makes the post-plant easier for Swole Patrol. Now down to a 2 versus 2, and KNG is lurking with the AWP. Surely he gets one. Do they go for the boost? Indeed, they do. Taking an alternative angle. Do they go for the shoulder peek? There's a crouch peek from Cooper. And Lil Man, the bravery, just goes out there and gets round number 6 for Swole Patrol.
Very nice indeed. Very nice.
Nice.
So they'll have absolutely more than a fighting chance moving into the next half. Things have been painted as very grim for Swole Patrol. Do you think that's fair?
Yes. Yes, I think that Frankie's a kind soul, and I think 2-0 is a reasonable expectation for most people. But again, it's down to Swole Patrol to surprise, to upset, to prove people wrong, to take it further than maybe expected. People can be more than what is expected of them. And all people expect of people is history, if you know what I mean. Until you rewrite it.
Well, here is Zelsys writing on Cello's face. Silent pushing onto the bomb train. That is a pretty crazy catch. Wow, how's he done that? Right into the back lines. Everyone's dead. Everyone is annihilated. They've all been destroyed, crushed, impounded. Phelps suffers the same fate. That was really smooth.
Smooth as a baby's ass. Which are allegedly smooth.
I haven't touched one, so can't confirm.
I was a baby once. I was a big baby, Dan. I was a large baby.
What's your earliest memory, James?
Don't know. Probably sucks. My earliest memory is being in a pram when I was too big to be in a pram and refusing to get out of the pram.
Are you wearing Air Jordans?
I was a pleb, basically. I was a child pleb.
Ooh, hello. It's a nice catch, isn't it? Bit finds himself the bomb, causing someone. He's just being a nuisance. That's all that he's really done there. He's not really done much more than that. His team won't win the rounds. Not really having a meaningful impact on the economy. He's just being a nuisance. Phelps is looking to be a nuisance as well, just hanging out by the cogs, by the coils, whatever it is. A cog.
Spindle.
Spindle.
Spool?
Spindle.
Spindle or spool?
Spool.
Okay, we need definitions.
I think, isn't a spindle, that's something that is used for making clothes, right? You put the threading around it.
It's definitely a spool, but is it also a spindle? That's a question. Spindle is a slender, rounded rod with tapered ends used in hand spinning to twist and wind thread from a mass of wool or flax held on a distaff. Distaff. It's not a spindle. It is a spool.
Yeah, there we go. You're looking up spool now, just to.
I know, yeah, I like to read the definition, even though I know what it is. A cylindrical, I love that word, cylindrical. A cylindrical device on which film, magnetic tape, thread, or other flexible materials can be wound. Semicolon, a reel.
Ooh. FACEIT getting out there, getting in there, up in their business. Their business has been closed, and all their possessions have been repossessed and liquidated.
The repo man has taken the thing.
They've been liquidated. I think bailiff sounds so much more intimidating than repo man to me, because repo man is obviously, I guess, the American equivalent. But the bailiffs are coming. Oh god.
Knock, knock. Can't take your fridge, mate. 9-9. Both teams with a sniper rifle now. Cooper versus Kianje. This will be a curious one. NTC are extremely light on grenades. They've opted for M4A4s rather than lesser weapons and more utility. FNX may be trying to bridge that gap with a push, but it won't work out for him. Very quickly, Ivy has been taken. Oh, KNG being teased, poked, prodded.
Yikes. Spraying on the ladder does not work so well. 3v4 though for NTC, and they're going to require some plays here to get back into a winnable position. Cello might be the man to make that play, but he is going to be walking straight into... Oh my god, that was almost awkward. Almost a fail. Nice swipe from Kianji. But gets one before he goes down, giving Kianji a slight chance with the AWP. It's going to be tough. He's going to have to guess correctly both times. There won't be a chance to really mess around here. There it is. Spot on, but he's not looking high. Will FACEIT remain high, though? Or will he drop off the train? He's quite exposed up there. It's a great position. I'm not sure if he... Did he see Kianji there? He may very well have done. Kianji will back away, though. This is quite scary. 20 seconds. Kianji knows that FACEIT has to go and plant the bomb. And once he does that, Kianji has a very good idea of where he's positioned. So he's winning if he forces FACEIT to plant the bomb from that position. So that's a smart play. FACEIT will make his way around the track. Oh, has he left himself enough time? Just barely, I think. Oh, no.
Deary me.
Oh, that's embarrassing. That's quite embarrassing. That was a very winnable round. It really sucks to lose those. That is just an unforced error, isn't it?
Yeah, that is a very unforced error.
Incredibly unforced.
It's an IUE. It's an incredibly unforced error. I think we have to coin that one. Well, there we go. That's well, it's an incredibly unforced error. Anyway, Cello has made his way into the pop dog route. FNX offering the same smoke down down Ivy. Now, there is a lineup with if you hug the right wall from a CT perspective and throw that smoke grenade down Ivy, you don't see so many players throw it, but it is partly a nuisance grenade to stop this T's crossing to the other side, and it does waste some time, but then you don't have that smoke later on to go into the IV position. Cello, be careful, sir. Some Crimson on the floor. He's taking minimal damage, though. But see, this is the problem with that smoke, is that now... I mean, they are ill-equipped in this round. You have to bear that in mind, but does give the T's more room to play with. Ooh, what's the Silent have? Okay, so there isn't really anything that Silent has to force the CTs out to allow them to go into Cooper's crosshair. But Zelsis is trying to draw them to peek as well. Will they get curious, however? Because they're waiting for a pick here, but they've got 34 seconds on the clock now, so something has to happen. And Lil Man's going to clear out the Pop Dog, so he's done the job.
Yeah, that was pretty good, wasn't it? Just walks out and gets 2 headshots immediately. NTC and all kinds of different bits. Wow! Long range finish on a very low Lil Man. Kianji now with a favorable engagement. Oh, he just pulls away just as the cross happens by Silent. There's a real chance here now for NTC. There's probably AKs to be collected. I don't think, though, FNX will have an approach that will allow for that. But he's repositioned, so he's not on backlines anymore, but he's coming from the same position as his teammate. We'll have to see if that's going to work out for them. He didn't expect it to begin with. FNX now darts forward, finds Silent, tries to get the engagement going his way, but the UMP just not good enough. And the round will go to Swole Patrol, all thanks to Lil Man's openings.
Those were 2 huge frags. And they were needed. They had to force the issue with those angles. Nice spread there, because again, the sniper in the IP position just wasn't getting what he wanted. That angle, of course, works both ways towards IV from Pop and vice versa, but it does leave you somewhat exposed. If you have a player get into this position early, for example, then you know that your teammates can come out of Pop, you know no one's in Pop, which is exactly what the Swole Patrol did before I could even get it out of my system. So, for example, if you know that the CT side aren't going to have an AWP in a round, then you can take that risk, go to connector, go to team main and look towards connector, and you will see if anyone's running towards Pop or not. If they're not, then you get someone in there fast.
This is turning around quite significantly, isn't it? Swole Patrol got those T rounds. They're getting those T rounds.
Yeah, boy. Apology to my mother for doing that. She would not be impressed.
Well, we will have regrets. Okay, so NTC need to find a way back into this game. And it's always very interesting, you know, because if a team's having a successful T side, that's really cool, you know, even if you're having some problems here or there, or even if you are already having success, there's more things for you to try and different ways you can sort of take initiative and vary things up. But on the CT side, you're very limited in comparison, so it can really suck to be in the position of NTC where the other team is hitting their entries, strategically things are working out for them and so on. And, you know, all you can really do, or it really feels as though you can do, is sort of just the same, but hit your shots this time. So let's see if there can be any significant on-the-fly adjustments from NTC to bring it back on their buy rounds. Can't expect too much from this round. Zelsis working his way, taking points on the alley push. Lil Man will take one in the back. But that's okay, because they've got the outer bomb site now.
Round number 12 coming very promptly for Swole Patrol. Express delivery. Cello. Wishful thinking, but he will fall to the flames. That is overcooked. It's a well done burger. Maybe not burger, but well done.
Yeah, it's interesting. Swole Patrol might take a map, James. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it right now.
They may just.
Yeah, I was sort of with Frankie as well on the predictions.
But NTC have got double ups on the CT side now. That was cheeky. Maybe saved by the flashbang, in fact. Very aggressive peek again. I explained that if the CT chose to take that angle, they'd get there first. FNX, before he can post up, will pick off Zealous, but he will get traded by Cooper, who will fall back 2 players pushing Ivy. What does that tell them about the rest of the setup here for the CT side? And how can they abuse that? So 2 players pushed Ivy, 1 plays in Pop Dog. Where are the other 2 players? There must be a hole somewhere.
Yeah, this is not a bad spot to be in for Swole Patrol. You've got that opening pick. There's a couple ops out there. You've got enough utility left to bombard a bomb site, and they're actually going to, I think, going to contact it in. This is a bit risky. And with Phelps up high with the AWP, that's a problem. You can see you're already picking away 1. Bit, who's going to trade him? Absolutely no one, it feels like, until eventually Cooper does, but he's the last man standing. He has to win battles by himself now with the AWP against 2 AWPs. That is really tough to do.
And they're on either side of this bomb train. The smoke gives him some breathing space, and he will get shot straight in the face. In the face!
Yeah, that's such a hard position to play because you feel like you have to peek, but as we see there, someone's pretty holding your angle. But then if you just like let them close in on you, then there's 3 of them. So you have to just hope they miss a shot when you go for the initial fight. That's rough.
Now that they have those 2 AWPs, NTC, I think that really does change the game. And that is a much stronger position for them. So let's see what they can do. That's the first one in the bag. Now, Swole Patrol have taken a tactical timeout. They've got double ops. They've got double AWPs, boys. How can we negate them? How can we neutralize them? How can we avoid them? Can we get into the A site early with a smoke grenade and then flash them into high heaven? Can we get fast into Pop? Is it a risk? Do they normally take Pop by default in the first 15-20 seconds? Can I plant a bomb before time runs out?
What can you do, James?
I can do a great many things, Dan. I can't drive a train,
Yeah, you can't bloody operate trains, can you?
No, you've given me a problem to solve.
Can you even? I bet you can't even conduct trains.
I can't conduct them yet.
You can't conduct or operate. No. Come on, please.
I do know about the history of timing of American trains, though. A little, just a little. Anyway, Swole Patrol, 1 round in the lead. 1 man in the lead, though, are NTC again. The AWPs are popping. Bit doesn't over-peak on B-Ramp. He will have to deploy his grenades, however, just to try and buy time. And that time will allow Phelps to rotate now towards that school position. FNX not shy for a peek. He hasn't been given enough sound to ward him away, it seems, although I think somebody just walked into the angle, but Cooper must have just missed him. That he has a lot of information, however. So if they start moving towards Ivy, which they're doing with the bomb, then oh boy.
This is potentially very scary. Oh my, what? Cooper, that is brilliant. What a response. Okay then, less than 50 seconds to go, and it's a 4v4. Still limited position on the map for Swole Patrol, but that is certainly a lovely frag to have.
This is problematic, though, for NTC, because if they try to face Ivy, they're exposed to Pop Dog because they've got nobody close, which is why they've kind of abandoned Ivy, put a smoke grenade there. Cello's in a position where he could get compromised. I don't know that he has any cover from the Pop Dog position, so NTC are in very brittle positions. While there's this angle, I feel like he could still get peaked without them showing. But anyway, the push is coming in towards the B bomb site where Bit is now alone. Phelps is rotating back just in time to pick off Silent. Now Bit can make this play through the sidewalk position. There's a flashbang. There's one. There's not another one. 2 versus 3. Lil Man's coming in for support. The smoke is still down. There are flashes for the T side. That Molotov, though, will isolate the 2 players. And there goes Zealous. Lil Man forced to the high ground. 18 HP. No grenades. 3 players against him. 2 with AWPs. There's no way. There's surely no way. He's got to pick off KNG, but he doesn't. He had 1 chance. And there is 12-12.
Well, that was... I still think you got Cooper's shot there, because it's when you're in FNX's viewpoint, you're just like, this is not happening. It's just so dead.
He must have seen the shoulder, because the way he was peeking, he is going to be seen before they see him. So I feel like he jiggled 1 too many times, so he could line it up. That's the only way it makes sense.
Line them up. Okay. We're seeing the default from Swole Patrol again. We saw this previously, 2-1-2. FNX going ham again, wants to get the aggression flowing towards the alley position. Nothing doing so far though. Again, just an early exchange of grenades, of which NTC have less overall. Cello looking to hold on to Pop Dog. If there is to be a split onto the A site, normally what you want to try to accomplish is to remove any players in this position. We see a lot of teams who have setups to do that, because if you try to split with a CT and Pop Dog, it's just, it won't go well for you. So that's a big problem here. Swole Patrol putting all their eggs in the basket of Ali.
Three players on Ivy. Oh dear. Oh, how did he went right past the angle there, but his teammate will be punished instead. However, there is time pressure with the smoke grenade. Phelps will reposition, but he's got somebody on his 6 taken out now, and that will allow him to have the spoils as the victor. But this is so awkward. I mean, where are they going to go? Are they going all the way towards the B bomb site? It is target practice. The bomb's been picked off now. 20 seconds. B is no longer an option, surely. Swole Patrol running out of options, running out of time, running out of space. Running out of everything. Running out of personnel, HP, guns. Opportunity. Finally, NTC take the lead, 13-12 over their opponent. The money is mixed from Swole, and I think it's fair to say they will be forcing it up in this round. KNG with his FACEIT hat on. Trivia, my head is way too big to wear caps. Way too big. Again, 3 players towards the Ivy position. 1 AWP, 4 AKs. It's a reasonable buy here for Swole Patrol, but again, versus 2 AWPs, they're mostly going for the raw jewels here, because they've got 2 flashbangs. They've got 3 smokes with which they can try to create some space. Let's see, Phelps with the raw peak, and he becomes a bait for his teammate, but there are players, I think, around the main position, so he has to be careful. He can hide because Cello's in Pop Dog. Phelps continues to deliver, though. That's 3 for him, that's 4 for Phelps, and FNX will finish things off. Phelps on the AWP has been enjoyable to watch so far. 14 rounds now for NTC. Swole Patrol with no money for parole. Zealous has basically 4 sports, and the rest of his team have half bought. So I don't know if his grenades in particular are critical to the success of this round, or what exactly is going on, but we will soon find out. Cello has got multiple jobs to do, spots 1 player, keeping an eye on Pop. And there are more targets for him. Strafes to his left, 9 bullets remaining. He has enough to clean things up here. Target spotted towards the B bomb site. KNG manages to survive. Only Bit has been taken out for the time being. And now Cooper is alone. Somebody looking for him. He moves away, moves back. Has he got the pre-fire in him? He has. 1 versus 3. More damage to be done here. KNG's low. He's 1 deagable. But there are no more deags left for Cooper. Game point for NTC in the first of potentially 3 maps here versus Swole Patrol.
Okay, they made their way back.
Oh my god.
Swole Patrol's chances are diminishing. And with 4 orbs, that feels very Brazilian to me. It reminds me a little bit of the fire that you saw from Immortals back, you know, the Immortals that won the major.
I think at this point it is Brazilian. It's become Brazilian.
It is, yeah, it's very, yeah. Bit of fire. Brazilian fire. That said, we'll see a lot of kills with the AKs here from Cello, very likely, as he's working this position fairly well. Second one offered up to him as the orbs will ring out, thundering around the train yard. And constellation frag there from Illman. but ultimately it's looking very difficult. What else is he able to accomplish here? Not too much. FNX with a decisive kill right at the end there. And it was a good effort from Swole Patrol. I think they put up a pretty decent fight, all things considered, especially due to the fact that it is a map where the Brazilians find quite some affinity, looking at some of the previous lineups these teams have been on. And I think they sent a message there that they are to be taken seriously here by NTC.